On the outskirts of Milan, ghosts from the past are resurfacing. This procession is honouring a young neo-fascist who was killed by extreme left-wing militants in 1975. Giorgia Meloni was a member of a youth movement linked to MSI, a neo-fascist party founded after the Second World War by supporters of Benito Mussolini. At the end of the procession, the solemn crowd stops. More than 1,000 neo-fascist militants proudly make the fascist salute. This scene prompted an outcry, and an investigation was launched by the authorities. Although it provoked widespread indignation in the country, no official condemnation came from the Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, an ex-militant of the MSI and co-founder of the nationalist and ultra-conservative party Brothers of Italy. A few hours earlier, a member of her party took part in the official ceremony, commemorating the same neo-fascist. Ignazio La Russa, president of the Italian Senate, has never hidden his admiration of Il Duce.
I come to commemorate a youth who lost his life. I come every year, and I read the plaque with his name, followed by the words, "In the name of national reconciliation."
A reconciliation far from achieved in Italy. The writer Antonio Scurati, well known for his works on Benito Mussolini, was due to read a text on national television to celebrate the anniversary of Italy's liberation from fascism at the end of April. His appearance was cancelled, prompting accusations of censorship.
All of the populist and nationalist leaders of today are following the Benito Mussolini model. There's a direct connection, we could even say an illegitimate fatherhood, between the founders of fascism and Mussoliniism and the populism and nationalism of today.
A thinly veiled reference to the nationalist government in power in Italy today. We're in Predappio, the village where Mussolini was born. Even now, the image of the fallen dictator still sells. You can find all kinds of fascist paraphernalia. And it's not unusual to come across supporters.
Mussolini gave housing to families with children. I know what I'm talking about, you understand? Not to mention pensions, health services. He was the one to create all that.
Once a year, on the last Sunday of April, nostalgic admirers meet here to commemorate the death of Il Duce, executed in 1945 by anti-fascist partisans. The procession ends at the cemetery, where his great-granddaughter makes a speech.
We're here to remember Benito Mussolini on the 79th anniversary of his execution, an execution that led the way for so many more, and that was never investigated by the justice system.
At the end of the ceremony, the participants are effusive with praise and compliments for the man who led a totalitarian regime in Italy for 2 decades, and who was Hitler's ally during World War II.
For me, Mussolini was a great man, and this is a commemoration for a statesman who built the history of Italy.
Mussolini was an important man, very important, and now they're trying to deny his heritage. He was extremely important for us. A great man, a genius even. He did many splendid things.
This is a sugar-coated version of history for Angelo Longhi, son of an anti-fascist partisan.
Here we have a photo of the Niguarda uprising, one of the neighbourhoods in Milan. The resistance built 12 barricades against the fascists and the Germans in the neighbourhood. And that's my father during a patrol.
Today, Angelo is outraged by the normalisation of fascist salutes that are seen more and more frequently at public rallies.
If something like this happened in Germany, they would all immediately be arrested and judged. Here in Italy, a country that has never totally recognised its past, we are, on the contrary, tolerant towards this kind of shameful spectacle. This salute represents the people that sent Jews to be burnt in extermination camps, in gas chambers.
Recently, the Italian Court of Cassation has ruled that the fascist salute can only be considered a crime if it constitutes a concrete danger of the reorganisation of the fascist party, a condition that makes it difficult to punish these gestures during commemorations.
Benito Mussolini!
To put an end to this ambiguous situation, a new bill has been presented to Parliament by the centre-left Democratic Party.
We have presented a new bill because the fascist salutes are shameful. And so we're saying that even if you don't want to re-establish the fascist party, sorry, but you still cannot make this gesture because it is an offense to our Constitution and to the principles on which our democracy is founded.
The bill has yet to be approved by Parliament. Meanwhile, the disagreements surrounding the historical memory of the fascist period are still very present today in Italy.